For centuries, the West has led the charge in innovation. From the world's first powered flight in Somerset 55 years before the Wright brothers' attempt, to the first commercially used steam-powered engine invented in Devon by Thomas Savery. Great pioneers such as Brunel, the father of the computer Charles Babbage, the first full-scale steam locomotive built by Cornish engineer Richard Trevithick, and Dartmouth's Thomas Newcomen, building the first successful atmospheric engine. All of these great innovators were from the West and were groundbreaking in responding to the need for innovative solutions to the problems of their day. We are now on the brink of a second industrial revolution. This time, it will be driven by survival rather than growth. This will require a far greater effort than before to solve and will demand pioneering innovative solutions. An energy revolution to solve the energy dilemma we face. Man's continuing search for clean, cheap, secure, abundant energy. The pioneering spirit is still a force in Exeter and the West, and we are well positioned to provide many of these solutions. We have the highest potential for low-carbon energy production of anywhere in the UK. The highest sun hours in the UK. The highest geothermal potential in the UK. A hotspot for tidal power from the North Devon coast right into the Bristol Channel. No shortage of onshore and offshore wind. It's a global hub for wave power research. Not to mention the 3,500 beef and dairy farms where we could be converting bio-waste into energy and injecting biogas into the grid. So what are we making of this potential? Exeter has set a target to reduce CO2 by 26% from 2004 levels by 2020. Sadly, factor projections for growth against the current plans for investments in carbon-reducing measures, and Exeter's CO2 is set to rise steadily long into the future. A lot more will need to be done to get close to the necessary reduction. There is a lot going on in the neighbourhood. Hinkley Point will soon be the site of the UK's first nuclear power station in 20 years. Cornwall has been awarded a £500 million grant to invest in smart grid technology. And world-leading district heating schemes in both Plymouth and Exeter. All steps in the right direction, but a few drops in the ocean compared to what's required. But how can Exeter compete without massive investment? With support from councils, universities and the industrious, Exeter can be at the heart of this new movement, showcasing what's possible and becoming an international knowledge and manufacturing base for a burgeoning industry. With the resources at our disposal, the infrastructure ready for expansion, and the skills at hand, we have the pioneers, the instruments of change, and the pedigree to lead from the front. So where do we start? What next? Exeter is small. It can be far more agile, dynamic, and can drive change faster than larger cities. It can set objectives for its local large businesses that will create an environment for experimentation, which will encourage local high-tech startups in areas of demand, in congestion management, energy systems, water management, upskilling retrofit contractors, low-cost, low-carbon housing, estate management, and more. This September, the world is listening. By leading with high-level objectives and targets, setting a credible 10-year vision to make Exeter an off-grid sustainable community with 21st century low-impact transport, innovators and capital will come to join and thrive on our example. An example that can be copied by the world.